Did you know that just picking the wrong state to start your business in could literally cost you almost $1,000 a year before you've even made your very first sale? Crazy, right? Well, welcome to this explainer. Today we're going to completely unpack the step-by-step roadmap to legally starting your business in Michigan. Whether you're a solo founder kicking off a side hustle or a whole team building a massive enterprise, forming a limited liability company, an LLC, is absolutely one of the most critical steps you're going to take.
Now, right off the bat, look at the immediate financial advantage of forming your LLC in Michigan. Unlike states like California, which slaps you with a pretty steep $800 minimum annual franchise tax, or Delaware with its $400 annual tax, Michigan hits you with zero franchise tax. Yep, zero. There is no flat minimum annual tax on standard LLCs here. It's just an incredibly competitive regulatory environment, and honestly, it lets you keep a lot more of your own hard-earned capital right from day one.
So here's our quick roadmap for today. First, we'll look at the Michigan LLC advantage, then naming and filing, operating agreements, ongoing compliance and taxes, and finally, pitfalls and professional advice.
Okay, let's jump right into Section 1, the Michigan LLC advantage.
So what exactly is an LLC? Well, the absolutely crucial point here is that it acts like a legal shield. Under the Michigan Limited Liability Company Act, forming an LLC creates this distinct formal wall between the company itself and you, the owner, which in LLC terms is actually called a member. Practically speaking, this means if your business ever gets sued or racks up some unexpected debt, creditors are typically only going to look at the company's assets to settle up. They aren't coming after your personal savings account or your family home. It's a real game changer for your peace of mind.
And beyond just that legal shield, an LLC pairs serious protection with super light paperwork and some incredible tax flexibility. By default, a single-member LLC is what the IRS calls disregarded for federal tax purposes. That basically just means you report the business income right on your personal 1040 form. Easy. If you have multiple members, it's taxed like a partnership, so the income is divided among the owner's personal returns. This pass-through taxation completely avoids that dreaded double taxation that traditional corporations have to deal with. Plus, you get total flexibility to either manage the company yourself, or, if you want, you can hire outside managers to run the whole shebang.
All right, moving right along to Section 2, naming and filing.
Now, in Michigan, you've got to include the words limited liability company or the abbreviations LLC or LLC right in your name. But honestly, the bigger hurdle is that your name has to be completely 100% unique. Or as the state officially puts it, it must be distinguishable upon the record from any other active Michigan business. There's a really common misconception out there that just slapping some punctuation or the letters LLC onto an existing name magically makes it unique. It definitely doesn't. If somebody out there already registered Great Lakes Baking, you absolutely cannot go and register Great Lakes Baking, LLC. It just won't fly.
But hey, you can easily make sure your name is legally distinguishable by running a really quick, totally free check on the state's My Business Registry portal. You just pop over to the advanced search, filter it by name availability, and type in a few characters of the name you want. Listen, if your name isn't distinguishable, the state is going to outright reject your filing, and that's just going to delay your whole launch. So taking literally 5 minutes to do this quick search, absolutely essential.
Okay, once your name is all cleared, it's time to officially bring your LLC to life. You do this by filing Form CD-700, also known as the Articles of Organization, with the Michigan Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs. People usually just call them LARA. Now, the standard fee is a very reasonable $50, and standard processing normally takes around 5 to 10 days. But let's say you're in a massive rush, like maybe you need to sign a commercial lease by tomorrow. LARA actually offers some expedited options. You can pay an extra $50 for 24-hour processing, or if you're really down to the wire, you can even get 1-hour processing for $500.
Now, Michigan also offers a really fantastic benefit to those who have served. As you can see, the state provides a fee exemption. If you're a veteran, Michigan allows you to submit a fee waiver request. To qualify for this, at least 51% of the initial membership interests in the LLC have to be held by individuals who served in the armed forces and were discharged under conditions other than dishonorable. It's a really great program.
To get that waiver, you just need to provide some acceptable documentation proving your veteran status. This could be your DD-214, maybe a VA health ID card, or honestly, even just a Michigan driver's license that has that red veteran designation right on the front. And if you're kind of worried about mailing in sensitive personal documents, don't be. The state actually destroys the photocopies to fully protect your privacy right after your waiver is processed.
Let's keep this moving. Section 3, Operating Agreements.
So,
As you might notice, an operating agreement is actually not legally required by Laura. Because of that, a lot of new business owners just skip it entirely to save some time. Let me tell you, skipping it is a massive mistake. It is absolutely crucial, especially if you have multiple members. But honestly, even if you're just a single member LLC, you really, really need one.
Just imagine a scenario for a second. Let's say a member wants to leave the business, or suddenly you guys have a big disagreement on exactly how profit should be distributed at the end of the year. If you don't have an operating agreement in place, you're totally at the mercy of default state laws, and those might not align with your vision at all. Having this internal contract clearly defines things like voting rights, profit sharing, and dissolution procedures. It just stops misunderstandings dead in their tracks. Plus, banks will almost always ask to see it before they'll even let you open up a business checking account.
All right, Section 4, Ongoing Compliance and Taxes.
So before you can actually open that bank account or hire any employees, you're going to need a Federal Employer Identification Number, or EIN. You can kind of think of this as a social security number, but for your business. And honestly, the best part? That big zero you see right there is exactly what it costs. You can get your EIN directly from the IRS website for exactly $0, and it gets issued to you immediately the second you finish the online application. Seriously, do not ever pay some third-party service to generate this for you when it's completely free and instant right from the IRS.
Now, to keep that legal shield of yours strong, you've got to maintain what's called good standing. First up, you're going to need a registered agent. This is just a person or service physically located in Michigan who is designated to receive official legal mail on your behalf. Next, you have to file a really simple annual statement with Laura every single year by February 15th, and that comes with a small $25 fee. Also, if you plan on selling retail goods or hiring employees, you've got to register with the Michigan Department of Treasury for sales and withholding taxes. And finally, a golden rule: never ever commingle your funds. You have to keep your business and personal accounts completely separate to maintain that liability protection we talked about.
And finally, we are at Section 5, Pitfalls and Professional Advice.
Okay, listen up, because as a brand new business owner on the public record, you are going to be a prime target for scammers. You really need to watch out for fraudulent emails impersonating Laura officials. They'll often send these very official-looking emails with subject lines like "Action Required, Laura Enforcement Notice number 83700," and they'll try to demand immediate signatures, confidential data, or even payment. Let me be clear, Laura is never going to ask for your credit card over a random email or a text message. Do not click those links. You should always verify your status directly through the official Michigan.gov portal.
And that actually leads us nicely to a very important note. Just a quick disclaimer, this explainer is strictly for informational purposes and absolutely does not constitute legal or financial advice. While we've mapped out the whole journey to starting your LLC, at the end of the day, every single business is entirely unique. So always remember to consult with a qualified attorney or CPA. They are the ones who can help tailor this whole setup to you, ensure your tax classification is fully optimized, and guarantee you're hitting all those local licensing requirements.
So there you have it. The foundational work is actually pretty straightforward as long as you just follow the map we laid out. So I guess the only real question left is this. Now that your personal assets are fully protected and your business is legitimized, what incredible vision are you going to build in Michigan today?